Hi guys, Dave from Firearms UK here. This video is going to be an update on the latest proceedings regarding the offensive weapons bill. I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely disgusted at the way MPs and this committee dealing with this seems to have handled this. It seems that the politicians have totally ignored any evidence from the shooting community. They seem to be overly reliant on using flawed evidence from certain agencies and organisations in favour of the bans. They seem to be relying on what-if scenarios and exploiting fear to get their agenda. Now, we keep hearing about how this is about public safety and about prevent terrorism and criminals, etc. To me, you're giving into terrorism, you're giving into criminals if you make laws that affect law-abiding people, especially when they're going to disproportionately affect law-abiding people. We keep hearing how if there's a terrorist attack, it's business as usual, we won't change our wonderful society, we won't change our laws and what we've created. But that only seems to be when it suits the agendas of governments. It doesn't seem to be when it comes to changing laws that will affect innocent firearms enthusiasts, knife makers, things like that. It seems to be totally accepted that you're going to use terrorism to further your agenda, and it's disgusting. So today there was another reading of the bill in the committee, and I think it started around about 9:25. I've not seen it all yet, I've only seen bits of it and from what supporters have talked about. But from what I've seen, it was, I think it was Louise Hay, an MP from one of the Sheffield constituencies or something like that, opened up and she was playing the victim, and it was because I think a lot of people were aware of some of the proposals or amendments suggested by herself and some of her Labour Party colleagues that were frankly ridiculous. Where they came from, I don't know. It seemed to be just another way to attack the shooting community. But she was playing the victim because it seems that some people were probably quite passionate about being attacked and just calling out the proposals for the nonsense they were. She was talking about how people made veiled threats against her and how if you're a firearms owner and you're making veiled threats, that's not going to change their mind. Absolute nonsense. If you're going to attack a section of society that are overwhelmingly law-abiding and jump through all these hoops and costs to carry out their sport, yet you keep attacking them, I would say they're going to be a little bit outraged, they're going to be passionate in their opposition to your proposals. I would suggest that maybe if there was any laws being passed that would result in her private property being seized and her life totally changed, perhaps her business ruined, something like that. She might not be happy about it either. I think if you're going to make stupid proposals, you need to have to learn to take the fallout that might go with them. And in saying that, I don't condone overly aggressive or abusive behaviour, but I certainly didn't see that. And it seems to be a way for her to avoid answering all the pertinent and relevant questions and requests for evidence that were put to her and her colleagues, totally ignored. So this whole pretence of being reasonable and willing to have your mind changed and listen to evidence, nah, don't believe it. Because going forward, they proceeded to make no changes to these ridiculous amendments. So where are we at just now, guys? Well, it seems like the 50 cal ban's going ahead, despite some robust lobbying from all the associations involved, despite the evidence presented against it. Mars and lever release rifles seem to be going to get banned as well. Again, the reasoning for banning these rifles is what if scenarios. No evidence, it's what if, and these are especially dangerous. And this is all opinion, okay guys, this is where you need to share this with other people and talk to people. It's opinion, not fact. And some of the evidence given by so-called experts in favour of the bans was ludicrous. Saying that a 50 cal could disable something at 6,800 meters. It's nonsense, especially when I think the longest confirmed kill by a highly trained soldier or something, it's like a mile and a quarter, yet they're stating this thing can shoot out and take out armoured cars and things like that at nearly, I think, 4 miles. It's ridiculous. It seems also that NABIS, if I understand correctly, are now looking at potentially banning 2.2 rimfire semi-automatic rifles. Again, never been used in crime. It just seems to be another nail in the coffin for shooting. Air rifles. There's a proposal to ban air rifles being used by under 18-year-olds on private land. Now, how many shooters started out learning the basics of marksmanship and firearms safety through air guns, whether it was maybe your dad or something like that showing you out in your back garden, or going to a farm somewhere where you have permission and shooting, perhaps carrying out pest control. This is a grassroots entry level way to get into shooting sports. I'm going to cut that out. And that isn't just an attack on firearms ownership, that's a major attack on civil liberties in my opinion. Who are these people to say that you as a landowner can't take your 15-year-old son out on your land to go shooting or maybe carry out pest control? If you work on a farm, you need to carry out pest control. It's a major attack on civil liberties. It's a disgrace. There's also changes to deactivated firearms. I believe they're going to try and push for the EU specification. Now, as far as I'm aware, the current UK specification works very well. It suitably disables the firearms, but does allow it to have certain moving parts so that it can be demonstrated, but they can't be fired. It would take a lot of engineering know how to do that. So they're going to go to this specification, which basically destroys them and leaves them as just a lump of metal, which, when you think of all the historic firearms and museum pieces that could be affected, it's a disgrace. But the big one, and I think this needs to be a wake-up call for our community, there's a proposal, so it seems that you're going to need to require a firearm certificate to purchase shotgun cartridges. Now, I think, and I hope I'm wrong, I wish I was wrong, that the shotgun community, a massive part of the shooting community, has rested on its laurels far too long, because, generally speaking, not affected. But can you imagine the impact if you're going to have a firearm certificate to purchase your shotgun cartridges? To me, this is just a stepping stone to moving everything onto Section 1. And I think that would devastate UK shooting sports, as well as affect the economy in terms of, well, shooting's worth $2 billion to the UK economy. The ability to go on shoots or carry out pest control, things like that, which protects crops, and again, which has a knock-on effect on the economy. This would all be diminished with such proposals. And it's really clear to me that the people discussing this seem to be totally unqualified to actually make any of these decisions. They seem to be overly influenced with their own prejudices and agendas to just ban firearms and shotguns because they don't like them, they don't see the need for them. And they can pretend they're reasonable all they want, but you can look back at things they've previously said and you can tell that they've got their own agendas. So why are we allowing these people to remain in their jobs? Folks, I think the shooting community needs to unite. Every shooter, whether you're airgun shooter, shotgun, stalker, target rifle, long range, short range, whatever you are, we all need to be singing from the same hymn sheet. And I think moving forward, the first thing we need to do is look at finding these people new employment. It's clear the Labour Party, apart from one or two exceptions, doesn't represent shooters. I don't know why they perceive it to be a sport for the rich, and they totally ignore the many working class shooters out there that they should be representing and should be making sure can continue to carry out their activities. They don't represent us. The Conservatives, well, they've been behind pretty much every gun ban in the UK. Maybe there's certain sections of the shooting community they'll protect, but I don't see them being reasonable and with regards to civil liberties and individual rights and responsibilities. So we need to look at alternatives, guys. Now, whether that's joining these parties and working for change within or joining another party, I mean, we've spoke with the Libertarian Party UK who seem to recognise that there's been mistakes made with UK firearms legislation, that the wrong people have been targeted. I've recently spoke with the chairman of the Democrats and Veterans Party who again seem to accept that firearms legislation is probably gone too far in this country and it's targeting the wrong people. Now, whether it's joining those parties and getting involved and promoting them and hopefully winning them a few seats, whether it's joining the big three and trying to work from within. Even one of our former team members, who we still keep in contact with, was a member of the Green Party. Now, frankly, I think the Greens are no friends of shooting sports, but he pointed out that if you join the party, you can affect change from within. So if that's what your ideology is, join the parties, get involved, make the changes we need to see happen. It's the only way, guys. It's boring, it's hard work, no one really wants to do it, and that's the problem. Because we're all too busy living our lives, it lets these people with agendas slip in and then dictate to us what we can and can't do. But, so that's it, guys. We'll keep you updated as best we can. I'm totally disgusted at this. There's no other way to put it. It just really sums up the arrogance and conceit of these people that make these decisions. They're harassing and destroying a wonderful sport. They're affecting hundreds, potentially thousands of law-abiding people that have done nothing wrong. And it's got to stop, guys. So get involved, look at the parties I've mentioned, look at your own areas, find out if we can knock some of these MPs off their seats, vote for second best in your next election. The only way they will listen to us is if they can see that the shooting vote matters. So moving forward, guys, that's one option, but there's also going to be a continuing process for this, so we'll see what we can suggest. It might be, hopefully, when it goes to the Lords, they can reject it. But yeah, disgusted. It's the only thing I can really keep saying. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully now the community will get on board and see the attacks are relentless and they'll never cease. And just keep watching for updates, guys. And most importantly, perhaps join an association and help them out, because we need everyone, all hands on deck, you know what I mean? So we'll see you soon. Cheers.